Good morning, my friends. You're probably expecting Philip and not me this morning, but you're getting me because Philip is having an attack of allergies that is bad enough that it would not be becoming for him to appear on camera, apparently, is my understanding. So send some love to Philip in the comments. I'm taking care of his video recording for today, and he'll probably catch one of mine in the future. So today we're solving the two classic Sudoku that were posted in GAS on February 15th, 2024 by Bill Murphy. These are both just classic Sudoku. The first one is called Rival Dealer, and the second one is called Life Admin. And classic Sudoku rules apply to both of these, so we're placing the digits 1 through 9 once each in each row, each column, and each 3x3 region. So let's have a look at Rival Dealer first. So the first thing that stands out to me is something that I think I've mentioned before on this channel as like a hallmark of easy handmade classic Sudoku, which is that we have these consecutive digits that are put in here as kind of a signal from Bill to focus on this row first, because that just naturally draws the attention. So I see that and I'm asking myself, where do I put 6, 7, 8, and 9? Sure enough, I have 6, 7, 8 in this column already, so that will have to be my 9. These I can't quite resolve yet, but I do know that they're going to be 6, 7, and 8, and just so I don't forget later, I will mark those. Now I'm going to look in the symmetrical position, because that, again, is something that's pretty common for handmade easy classics. You'll have kind of a symmetrical deduction, or at least a deduction that kind of echoes what you've just done in the symmetrical position. So it's worth taking a look. So here I need 1, 2, 3, and 5. I have 1, 3, and 5 in the column already, so that is a naked 2. The only thing that can go there is a 2. And now 5 can't go in those cells, so it must go here, and I can resolve the 3 and the 1. These columns now look pretty restricted. So here I'm going to need a 1 in the column, so I can place it there, and then these are going to be 7, 8, and 9. Here, in the symmetrical position, it's not quite the same situation, but it kind of echoes it. I can't place 8 in any of these 3 cells by Sudoku. So to put an 8 in the column, I have to put it right there. And I'm going to use that in a moment, so hang tight. I still need a 1, 2, and 3, and I'll mark those even though I can't place them yet. So the 8 is something really cute. That gives me a 6, 7 pair here, which makes this an 8. So now neither of these can be 8. And because of the 7 in row 2, I can tell which way around these go. And now that's an 8. Now I'm going to turn my attention to this middle box, because this is another construction that you'll see, maybe not quite as commonly as consecutive digits, but that you'll see reasonably often in easy handmade classics, where we have 4 digits looking into the middle region, and we also have digits already placed in the corners of the middle region. And if you're savvy, you see this and you immediately recognize, aha, this tells me 4 and 9 can only go in these cells. So I'm going to mark those right now. And it tells me 3 and 6 can only go in these cells, so I'm going to mark those right now, and that leaves me with just 1 digit to go in the middle. Now, I have a 9 here already, so that is a 4 and a 9. And I have a 6 here already as a given, so that's a 3 and a 6. And that places a 1 for me. So where do we look next? The next most restricted thing, in my view, is going to be these rows and the corresponding columns here and here. So let's take a look at what we still need in those cells. So we still need, it looks like, a 3, 4, and 8. And I have a 3 and an 8 there, so that'll be my 4. The 8 makes that a 3 and an 8. I need a 4 in this row. It can no longer go in these 2 positions because of this 4, so we're going to place it here. And this is going to be a 5 and a 9. Now we have a 2 and an 8 left to place, so we'll put them there and there. And here we need to place a 5 and a 7, which go that way around. Now, let's take a look at these columns. So we have all but 3 digits in each of these. We need a 1 in this column, and it can't go in these cells, so let's put it here. And we need a 3 and a 5. There's a 5 there. 3, 5, 2, and 3. That resolves finally. Here we need a 4, 6, and 8. 4 can't go in these positions, so there's a 4 there. 6 and 8. Now I'm wondering, since we only have 2 empty cells in each of these 2 regions, can we fill those now? So we do need a 2 and 5 in these, which we can't quite do yet. And we need a 7 and 8 in these, which we can do. All right, now let's take a look at these corner boxes, because this is a very classic GAS classic. I mean, this has a lot of the hallmarks of just kind of an easy handmade classic. Because this is, again, something you'll see pretty often, where you have these corner 2x2 areas that are empty. And the question is, do we have any kind of duplicated digits, like these two 4s here, that go together to see most of the region? And the answer here is yes, these 4s see these 3 cells, so we can place a 4. And you can also do this by kind of assessing what are the 4 digits specifically that I still need, list them out, and then compare those to the digits that you have. Or if you just happen to notice 2 matching digits that both see that box, you can also start with that. Now here we need 3, 5, and 6. We can't place a 3 here, we can't place a 6 there, otherwise let's leave that for now. How about over in this corner? So I see a 2 and a 3 there. That's what I'm going to kind of seize upon, because I need a 2 and 3 in this region. I have a 2 and 3 in this column, so my 2 and 3 can only go in those positions. That leaves me only a 1 and a 9 to place. Now these columns are nearly complete. Let's finish this one with a 4 and a 6, and then let's finish this one with a 1 and a 9. Beautiful. Here I'm going to need a 2 and a 9 to finish the row, and they'll go there and there. And I need a 6 and a 7 here and here. And I think that gives me enough information to finish everything just by resolving my pencil marks. And that is how you solve Rival Dealer by Bill Murphy. Let's move on to Bill's second classic for the day, which is called Life Admin. This is a visually very different puzzle. And I can already tell kind of by this visually striking setup that we might be dealing with looking for kind of hidden pairs or triples in rows and columns by using these positions to kind of restrict what can go here. But I don't know for sure yet, so let's kind of explore it. Just because I'm doing this on pretty short notice today, this is in fact a blind solve for me. I'm hoping that I'm still kind of articulating what I'm doing clearly enough for you guys. But if it turns into a mess, I don't know, blame Philip's allergy gremlins. No, I'm happy to do it. I'm always delighted to solve a beautiful Bill classic. He really has a knack for making well-telegraphed, easy classics. So what I actually see here is not what I expected to see first, but it's these 2 1s, which go together to give me a hidden 1 in region 2 right there. So that's interesting. Do I have something similar down here? I do. So I have 2 9s, which give me a hidden 9 here. And now I'm looking for other kind of clearly indicated duplicated digits, and the thing I'm seizing upon now is these 2 3s, which see these cells, and then I have another 3 that sees that, so there's a 3. Now I have these 2 7s, which see these cells, and then I have another 7, so that's got to be a 7. Now what? I have 2 5s, so that's kind of the logical theme of this puzzle from the looks, is looking for these pairs of digits that work together to see the majority of a part of the grid. And of course, as soon as I say that, I'm sure that's going to dry up, and I'm going to have to do something else. Let's see what we've got. So I see a pair of 6s here that see all of these cells, and then I have a 6 here, which gives me a 6 in that position. And symmetrically, this is a very symmetrical puzzle. Pair of 4s see those positions, and I have a 4 here that sees that. And now in this row, 5 can't go in any of these cells, so 5 must go there. And in this row, 5 can't go in any of these cells, so 5 must go there. So now I still need a 4, 7, and 9 in this row, and I have a 4 and 7 here, so there's my 9. And then that's going to be a 4, 7 pair. Do I get a 1 here? Is it really, truly symmetrical? I believe it is, because I need a 1, 3, and 6. There's my 3 and my 6. And let's pencil mark in a 3 and 6. Now I still need 2, 7, and 8 for these cells to finish off the region. That can't be a 7, that can't be an 8. Here I still need 2, 3, and 8, and that can't be a 3. That can't be a 2. And that can't be an 8. Oh, and this also can't be a 2 because of the 2 there. So what do I have next? Let's take a look. So I need to place in this row a 2, and it has to go in one of those cells. That's not that useful yet. I need to place an 8 in this row, so it's got to go in one of those cells. What else can I work on? This is the hazard of doing one of these blind, I'm afraid. 6 in this row has to go into one of these. And 4 in this row has to go into one of these. Aha, so 9 in this region can't go in these cells, so it must go here. And 1 in this region can't go in these cells, so it must go here. I should have trusted Bill to continue with the logical theme of this puzzle. There are 3's here, which tell me 3 has to go in one of those cells, so I suppose I know now that that's either 7 or 8 as one of my 2 remaining digits. 7 can't go in those, so 7 goes in one of these cells, so this is either 2 or 3 as one of my 2 remaining digits there. These are going to need to be 2, 4, and 5. Aha, these columns are more restricted than they looked at first glance, so I still need 2, 4, and 5 in this column. I can't place a 4 or 5 in this cell, so that's definitely a 2. The 4 is ruled out of this cell, so that's my 5, and there's a 4. Do I get to do the same thing over here? I would assume that I do. So I need 5, 6, and 8 here. 5 and 6 rule those digits out of this position. That's a 5, and that is a 6. Now these rows are starting to fill in, so let's work with these a little bit more. So I need 1, 2, and 6. That's a 1 or a 2. That's going to be a 1 or a 6, and that's going to be a 2 or a 6. Here I need 4, 8, and 9. That's an 8 or a 9. That's a 4 or a 9. That's a 4 and 8. Unfortunately, those are mere chocolate teapots at the moment. Now I need 2, 3, and 7 to finish this row, and because I already have a 2 and a 3 here, this is taken care of, and now I need to place a 4 and a 7, which I can do. And because of the 4 I just placed, I can finally resolve this little chocolate teapot that I placed a moment ago, which is going to bounce up here and resolve some of my pencil marks in this area of the grid. Now that I've placed a 3, I can resolve this. And these are going to be 1, 6, and 9. Fantastic. Okay. So now can I do the same thing down here? I believe I can. So the 7 and 8 allow me to place an 8 and a 7 in this region, and now I know where 3 and 6 go. And that's all taken care of. So now these are going to be 6 and 8 in this order. These are going to be 5 and 9. These are going to be 2 and 4. And I need to just place my last couple of digits. Just rambling for a second to buy myself some time, and there we go. That is how you solve Life Admin by Bill Murphy. That was a lovely pair of little classic Sudoku. I hope you enjoyed those. I definitely enjoyed getting an unexpected chance to solve those and share them with you guys. If you liked that, I also want to tell you about another video that Bill released just this morning, I believe, my time. Occasionally we'll do walkthroughs and kind of discussion videos about puzzles that are not genuinely approachable, that we have made ourselves or that we just kind of find interesting. And I recently created something called This Sudoku Has One Solution, which is a puzzle that's a little bit cheeky, definitely not approachable, but generated a lot of discussion among the setting and solving community. If you haven't seen it yet, click on the link to Bill's solve video of it from this morning. Check it out. Maybe try to solve it yourself first, and then let me know in the comments whether you like me more or whether you hate me a little bit right now. Definitely have gotten a lot of very interesting messages about that from both camps, from people who had very strong feelings about it. So yeah, check that out if you're looking for something else to solve, something else to watch after you've tried these classics. And I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. See you later.